Want a slim waist, all it takes is tip top shape, all it takes is just a little taste, all it takes is no time to waste, all it takes is slim waist, all it takes is tip top shape, all it takes is money in the bank, all it takes is no time to waste, all it takes is I wake up about feet, I make mine by the leader. I drink life in a teacup. I like Valet 30 better than tequila. Yeah, Bessie, I sip that night. Got a little kick like Tyson. Look so good, better recognize me. This a type of lifestyle, I'm icy. Still don't need a chill on me. Flare pill, yeah, I'm still on it. Bessie a day and nightly. Got a little kick like Tai Chi. Slim waist, all it takes is tip top shape, all it takes is just a little taste, all it takes is no time to waste, all it takes is slim waist, all it takes is tip top shape, all it takes is money in the bank, all it takes is no time to waste, all it takes is
Hey. Good afternoon, COO Kevin Harris. How are you?
It wasn't me. I was not the one that made us late, Tava Nation. It was Lachelle Pierre. We apologize. We are 5 minutes late. It's all Lachelle's fault.
I'm not going to tell y'all why Kevin was late. He was woosahing.
We're going to go there, huh?
Ring, yo.
All right, you gonna get me first before I get you. That's the way we're doing it today. Okay. All right, yes. But look, we won't go there yet. It'll be a surprise. What's up, Renee Bryant? What's up, Shanita Schamberger? How are you? Hey, Shanita, roll tide, girl. I know you were on pins and needles on Saturday because I was too. So, Aaron Sanders. Well, hold on, wait a minute. Go Braves. What about them Braves last night?
Who? What were they?
The Atlanta Braves. The Atlanta
really?
Braves. That's right. That's
Peanut
right.
gallery behind you. What's going on?
With those Houston Astros, the Atlanta Braves. So y'all show the Braves some love right now.
I'm sorry.
All right, but listen, who else we have on here, Lachelle? Because we have
Arnita, Jasmine, Rodriguez, Janet, Dr. Cheryl, whatever, Monica.
Yep. All my wealth builders. If you are a wealth builder and you are on 120, we need you all to put it in the chat right now because we want to make sure check in because this is, speaking of check-in, this is for Jamaica too. So if you're in Jamaica, we want to make sure that you're checking in too. As my boy would say, check in. All right, Rochelle, are you a wealth builder? Tony, are you a wealth builder? Shelly, are you a wealth builder?
All
Monica
right.
Ross, are you a wealth builder? Hey, Gene Ford, we were just talking about you, man. I need to call you. All right. All right. Who else is on here?
They are checking in. Well, guys, we have a couple of special guests today. Well, I didn't do it. Let the record show, sir. Well, there he is.
That's one. So, Mr. Kenny Lord, how are you today?
What am I supposed to be doing on here today?
Is it cold in Houston, or is that just
yeah, it's a little chilly.
A little chilly today. So, what you think about the Braves last night?
Who were they?
The Atlanta Braves. You live here part time too, so
the one the first game, but won't win another one.
That's right. You live here part time too, so.
Oh my God, no, Yolanda didn't.
Yes, she just did.
Listen, I bet Kevin, I bet you don't even know the rules of baseball. Okay.
Yes, I do. So. But you're a part timer here in Atlanta, so we want to know who you're rooting for.
Man, my brother asked me that. My brother said, "Kenny, who you rooting for, the Braves or the Astros?" I said, "Man, I am a Houstonian. Okay, they will kick me out of this town if I go live and say I'm rooting for the Braves." Okay.
All right. I
love my city. I rep my city. I love my Astros. Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, look, we going to the game, so I don't know if we're gonna do it in Houston or Atlanta. Lachelle, you need to let us know what we need to do. All right.
All right, let's do it. Either way, we're there. Go Stros. You better say it, Tammy Durden.
Oh, please, Tammy.
Tammy, what's up, Tammy Durden? How's everybody doing today? Let me hear something in the feed. How's everybody doing? How you all feeling today? Y'all feeling good? Feeling good? Do this. You feeling good?
I'm feeling good.
Look, I guess everybody's like, well, what is he doing on there today? Okay. Yep. Where are the supervisors? Where are the directors? I want to talk to my supervisors and directors today. You all definitely need to be on here as well. If you're a wealth builder, shout them out too, Lachelle. Where are they? Where are the diamonds? I don't see any diamonds. Where are the diamonds? You all better get on here. All right, Mr. Lloyd, it's all yours.
Oh, so okay. So did anybody tell me what I was supposed to talk about today?
And look, then he just jumps off. You know what? I got to take the controls from Kevin.
All right. Hey, everybody out there. Look, you got to see that we're happy. We're excited. We got some big stuff, man, that's coming up at the beginning of the month. I can't even wait. You know, I think that we allowed everybody to get a taste of the Valet samples, man. And I tell you, man, I think it really excited the field. It's just now knowing what to do with them. And you're going to see in the beginning of November, it's going to be almost like a whole new company. It really is. We're putting some things in place. Man, we got some promo. We got a lot of good things going on at Tava. We really do. You know, it's funny because people always think that if you're not loud, if you're not making a lot of noise, that you're not doing anything. And I mean, like, I don't subscribe to that. I don't believe that because I've never been loud and made a lot of noise. I let my success make all the noise. And I got to say, number one, I couldn't do this without congratulating you all out there and thanking you all for your commitment, man. I was watching, you know, Shantae was supposed to be on here with me today, but she had an unfortunate little accident. You know, I mean, I don't know how she fell down, Michelle. You know, I mean, all I remember is waking up and coming to the kitchen and seeing her working out, shaking her butt and her hips and everything. And I just blacked out. Okay. I don't know what happened. And I know me and Kevin were laughing about that. We were, you know, before we got started. And he said, man, I don't know what happened, man. It started with 300. She got about 5,000 views. I'm like, what? I said, I want everybody to know that I am monitoring all of the text messages. And if they are provocative, you will be getting a visit from me. Okay, just know that. All right. That could be good, that could be bad, but you will be, and I will, because I got a jet at the airport waiting. Okay, I don't care where you live, I'll be coming to visit you. But no, she can't be on here. She had an unfortunate accident, you know.
Did you tell the people we have matching boots now, Shantae and I?
Oh yes, we have matching boots, you know. So anyway, I want to tell y'all that we are very, very excited about the samples and everything that's going on. But I'm going to stop right now and I'm going to make an announcement nobody really knows about. All right. You know, I know we kind of cut off the sales for the Valet samples, right? But you know what? I was thinking last night, you know, we want to really pick up and start doing, you know, having more people come to the office and, you know, and explore the benefits of that, you know, because there are, what is somebody calling me? There are a lot of benefits to having the corporate office here in your city. I mean, number one, when people join, you can come to the office and come pick your product up, right? Right then and there immediately. You know, if you do business, if you're out of state and you know somebody in Texas that's just signed up, you can tell them to come to the office and meet the staff and pick up their product. So what I want to do, I'm going to say I'm going to give everybody all day long. And I was going to talk about, you know, the 120, if you want 120. And I'm going to say this, but anybody here in the state of Texas, if you're in the state of Texas today and today only, if you come to the office, you can buy a box of the Valet. Today only. If you come to the, look at they, Kevin and Lachelle texting each other like, oh my God, has he been drinking already?
Hold on.
Yes. So as I was saying,
are you talking this?
Yes, I'm talking about that. Put it up again, Lachelle. I'm talking about that box. If you live in the state of Texas, you can go to the office. And I was going to put a limit on how many you can get, but you can get as much as your money will allow you to buy. 2 day and 2 day only. Okay. So I want to say that. And that's just not to the 120 wealth builders, even though I want to talk about that.
Get ready.
Yeah, y'all get ready. So that is right now. And that's effective right this minute. The next thing is I really got to shout out to the 120 wealth builders. Okay. You know, you all really don't get enough credit. You don't get the credit that you deserve. We had a meeting about that, and that's about to come to an end. You know, because what is the reward? And a lot of you don't even ask for a reward, but there should be perks and benefits to being a member of that esteemed group, you know, because, I mean, you're doing it and you don't have to do it. So, you know what? We're going to really start paying attention to you all. And so what's going to happen is that a lot of the specials that we do, they're going to be specials only for people that are part of the 120 wealth builders. You know, I know Kevin, you know, Kevin is really big on, you know, on sales and numbers. And I love that about Kevin, for real. Like Kevin don't get enough credit, but man, Kevin don't even sleep if the numbers are low, you know. But we're going to, you know, we have some things we're going to do beginning in November that only going to be available to the 120 wealth builders, you know, because you all have really made a commitment to this company, and that commitment should be rewarded. And we're going to start rewarding you all. You know, I'm going to let Lachelle really talk about some of the things we're going to be doing, but we're very excited about the things to come in November. We have a call. We're doing a Zoom on on the 31st?
Yes, Sunday night.
Sunday night.
Halloween.
What time does it start? What time does it start?
8 p.m. Central Time.
And you ought to see, but listen, and here's what's funny. Y'all got to tune in for this because all of us are wearing costumes. And if you get on my live, I'll tell you what Kevin wearing. It's going to be funny as hell. Okay? Okay, and I'm making him wear it, okay?
Hey, but before we move on, I believe you have some problems in the chat because you're not reading the chats. You got some problems, sir.
What does it say?
They are saying, what about us that aren't in Texas?
We love you all too.
I can't make that decision.
Okay, Kevin can't make that decision.
But if it were me,
no, hey, take him off the screen, Lachelle, right now.
Guess what? They're not saying that. Kevin's telling stories. What I'm seeing is that people are about to get flued out. That's what they said. They are hopping a plane to get to Texas.
To come and get to Texas, right? So, you know, but let me ask you a question. I mean, like, you know, and let me see in the chat, like, who really would love to buy some valet samples today? I mean, for real. I'm not making any promises, but y'all got to show me. Because right now I'm saying in the great state of Texas, I'm going to make it available to the great state of Texas. But who really would love I don't see anything, so I'm going to move on. Kevin, no, I'm not even going to talk to you, Kevin. Lachelle, do you see anybody in the chat saying, I want to buy something?
I see
Billy
it now.
Felton, Dorothea, hold on, they coming fast now.
Who they coming from? I'll tell you what, this is what I'll do. I'll choose the two, can you see the names?
Uh-huh.
Can you make a note of the names?
It's a boatload of them. Whoever puts their distributor number and their city in the chat first.
Yeah, put your distributor number and your city. And what we're gonna do is that the next two cities that have the most people that say they commit to buying something, I'll open it up there too. Let's see what we got, Lachelle.
Lachelle, how are you gonna do that?
I have no idea, Kevin.
Don't worry, I already got it figured out.
So Ronald Smoot and Kayla Andrews were first.
That's the DMV. That's the DMV.
DC and Detroit.
DMV.
Come on, let's see what we got.
They're going fast, sir.
Leon, New York.
Come on, I want to see. I'm gonna get up for 1 second and come right back. I want to see. I'm not gonna say anything else that we have. We're gonna do it for about 2 more minutes.
Atlanta a lot.
Oh, really? Atlanta a lot? That's what you're going to say? That's right. Y'all can pick yours up from Kevin Harris.
Tony Fleming's already on me. I see him in the chat talking.
Oh, my gosh.
It's a lot of New York, Detroit.
Yeah. You know what, Kevin? You let me know how you figured that.
I don't know how you all are going to figure that out. So listen, if it were me, let me tell you what I would do since everybody's gone. I would open it up to everybody. Everybody. So let me work on that for y'all. Let me call Mr. Lloyd offline. I'll work on it. And I'm trying to get it done for everybody today. And today,
you know what? I am feeling generous as hell today. You know what? I think I'm just going to open it up and let everybody one day, everybody, I think I'm going to give everybody until 10 a.m., 10 p.m. I am going to get them to open up the portal and let you all buy the valet samples today. I'm just feeling generous. I mean, but that's if y'all really want it. Let me see. Are they wanting it, Kevin? Michelle?
Somebody just said I was going to lose my job. Aaron Sanders.
Yes, he is, because he's on thin ice right now.
All right, they want it. Somebody, Bishop say he got Texas smuggler, so he ain't worried about it.
Do they want it? Are they coming out, Michelle? What are they saying?
They want it.
Michelle, come back. Do they want it?
Yes. Ronald,
can we make that happen today? Michelle, we can do it. You can do it. You can open it up, can't you? Michelle?
Yes, sir. Opening.
Okay. Let's open it up. How about we start now?
Oh, how about at 1 o'clock?
Okay, 1 o'clock. We're going to start it at 1 o'clock.
Central.
Yeah. But you know what?
I don't know if I should do it to 10 o'clock, and maybe I should just open it up for maybe a couple of hours. I'm not asking Kevin. What you think, Michelle?
Let's do it, sir. Let's do it.
You want to do it for the whole day?
Joseph Newman for a few hours. Run it up.
Let's run it up. I just make Kevin's so excited. His glasses are fogged up. Okay. All right. So there it is. What we're going to do. But beginning next month, you all are going to see something a little different. Honestly, if you all out there that are part of the esteemed group of the 120 Wealth Builders, we're going to do a lot of promos that are really geared to you all. We're going to reward you all for everything that you do to help the ARC stay afloat. Okay. And it's going to be great. So we got some good stuff coming up. You all you need to get all of your distributors. And if I were you all, even the ones that have not really been doing anything, the people that are kind of faded away, I would give them another call and tell them you need to get on this call on the 31st, and hear what's going on. I know y'all texting each other back and forth.
We really are. Michelle,
yeah, I know y'all. All right, but that's okay. I'm gonna have my way today. Okay. All right. So anyway, you need to call the people that are not active, that haven't really been doing it, and tell them they need to get on so they can hear what's about to happen, because we got some good stuff going down. It's gonna be a November to remember, for real. Honest to goodness. So having said that, I'm gonna turn it back over to Michelle.
Well, hold up. No. You know what? Since he's feeling generous, I'm feeling generous too, because you said we are going to do things for our 120 Wealth Builders, right?
Oh, yes. What are we going to do?
Yes. So where are my Wealth Builders? Check in just for you guys. Wealth Builders only. Oh my gosh, Kevin and that finger. And not Atlanta people. No, just kidding. But for our 120 Wealth Builders, guess what? We have for you starting right now. Bam!
Bam!
Yes.
Bam!
A BOGO. Hello. Did you guys see that?
Show it to the people
in
again.
The chat one more time. But you must be on a 120 smart ship. You are able to get a bag of 30-count Vasia Detox tea. You guys know we have not run a promo. I don't think we did one this month, right?
No, we have not. And I got a call the other day, a teaser from Mr. Lloyd saying, hey, I got a little hot, huh?
Yeah, I think it's a little premature with the sweatshirt. Okay. Man, I probably lost 3 pounds. Okay.
This goes on all day behind the scenes. I don't know who's gonna crack who.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so that's who came up with that one.
So contact support, my wealth builders, contact support. We can process those BOGOs for you. And let me tell you, this is just the beginning, because there are some of you that are going on your 6-month consecutive SmartShip. We have something very, very, very special for you guys. So get ready, get ready, get ready.
Yeah,
now, I like to give credit where credit is due, okay? You know, we had a meeting, a staff meeting, and I'm going to give credit to Megan, because Megan brought up this point. You know, Megan in the office, Megan brought it. She's the one who brought this point to our attention. And it's I'll tell you, it's indicative of the fact that you have to take advantage and listen to people. Like, you're never too smart to learn something. And, you know, they're in the very forefront. So you all ought to shout out, you all in the 120 Wealth Builders, shout out to Megan today, because it was, I mean, she brought this to our attention, and it was a great idea what she came up with. So Megan, shout out to you today. All right. Moving on.
But yep, that wealth, congratulations, Megan. But listen,
yes.
Here's what's gonna happen. Wealth Builder is 2 things going on right now. You can get this tea right now, but you have to call the office, and you have to be a wealth builder this month.
This
month, for the month of October. You have to have 120 points ordered thus far. So make sure before
SmartShip recurring order.
Yeah, SmartShip recurring order. Make sure that before you call the office, that you are on 120 and that you have completed that this month. Also,
but Kevin, wait, hold up, wait. Guess what? Because there may be somebody here, right? Because we're feeling generous, right? There may
how generous are you feeling?
Real generous, because there may be somebody on here, and maybe they didn't know about the 120 SmartShip, right?
Right.
We will allow you today to run your 120 recurring order today, so that you can take advantage of the BOGO.
Yep. Well, I just got a text saying that it'll be live in 5 minutes. Samples.
You know what, Kevin? You know what? Really? That's what you're gonna do?
That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. So.
All righty. So with that being said,
you know what? I feel generous too. Here's what I'm gonna do. The very first person that goes and order the valet samples today, the very first person, we're gonna give you an additional box. We're gonna give you an additional box. So who would that be?
All right, let's see who's gonna take Kevin's good job today.
And the very first person.
That's like insanity.
Okay, I'm about to go deeper. I
think Kevin having a meltdown.
The very first person that shows up at the Houston office and buys more samples, you get an additional box too.
Take him off the screen, and I'll give it up and call you in 1 second, okay?
He's out of there. All right. Wow.
Kevin, they can't see me, man. But are you out of your mind? You're going out your damn mind. And man, if you do that again, I'm gonna fire you on the spot. You hear me? I'm not playing with you on the spot. I don't care if you have a family. I'm gonna fire you on the spot if you do that one more time. Oh, damn, I'm on the screen.
We're not muted. Y'all know what? Those are really how our phone calls sound. So y'all
bring him back up, Lizelle, but tell him he can't give away not one more thing, okay?
You wouldn't fire me with my wife sitting back here with you.
He's not there. Oh, I was just kidding. I was just a joke, Yolanda. Just a joke. I thought when she heard you would get fired, she was leaving you.
Yes. But no, get up to the office today, and we're gonna make that happen. But look, we need to keep it going, Lachelle. But look, it's all about being a wealth builder. But one more thing, don't Lachelle look nicer than a double-breasted suit?
Go on, Lachelle.
Don't she?
Thank you, Mr. Harris.
Yes,
in whatever
ma'am.
spirit you said that is.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. So, and but listen, we're gonna keep it going. What do we have next, Lachelle? And who do we have next?
Well, and just so you know, the reason I wore my suits and my pink shirt is for breast cancer awareness, right? We are still in the month of October. And I did want to just remind everybody that you can still give, right? You can give at tavacares.org. It's never too late and no amount is too small. All right. So that's it. That's what I want to say.
All right. So,
but anyway, I'm kicking you off the screen right now because I have a very special guest today that I invited. You guys know we have been doing our wealth building series, right? We've had financial advisors on. We've had accountants, different people in the financial services industry. And so today I have another industry professional that I am going to bring up. Thank you, Miss Latasha. But I wanted to bring her on to talk about a subject that is very important, right? So many people, what do? We insure all of our assets, right? Your cars, your houses, you make sure that you have insurance on there, but so many people do not insure their number one asset. Does anybody know what your number one asset is? Put it in the chat. What is your number one asset? Somebody tell me, and because she is going to talk about that today. Yes, that is right, Miss Sharita Leon, yourself. You are your number one asset. And so a lot of people think either it's too expensive or I'll get it later, or they just don't understand it. So today we want to maybe answer a couple of your questions, right? And I want her to just talk a little bit about her experience, and I'm not going to give her testimony. I'm going to let her tell it, and that is none other than Miss Yolanda Harris.
Hello, Lachelle. Hello, everyone.
Look at him. He just had
got to get his face in the place, don't he?
So, Yolanda, a lot of people may not know that you are a licensed financial services professional. You tell them. Just tell them.
Yes. Okay, Lachelle. So I have been in the life insurance industry for about 7 years. I do have my Series 6 and 63. I'm licensed in Alabama, Georgia, and Texas. And you know what, Lachelle and I kind of wanted to go over with everyone. We're about to, it's almost November. Can you believe it?
I know, around the corner.
It's crazy. Right. So, you know, a part of Wealth Building Wednesdays, we kind of just wanted to answer just general questions about life insurance and things of that nature. So, we're gonna just have an open dialogue about life insurance. So, the biggest, go ahead, Lachelle.
Mm-hmm. So I was gonna, and I'm a licensed insurance agent as well. Got into this business, and I'll just be honest, guys. It was after my divorce, and I was a single mom, and I thought about, if something happened to me right now, what would happen to my kids? And yes, I have family that love them and would take care of them, but would they be able to keep them in the private school that they're in, all three of them together, and the dog? Right? And honestly, that's what drove me to then learn more about this industry and just be an advocate, because we a lot of time won't do it. And I want to I want to ask you, what has your experience been, or what are the biggest hangups that you see that people have coming into your agency?
The biggest hang up, Lachelle, is people just trying to figure out how can I fit this in my budget, because life insurance is not something that is tangible when you're living, of course, but you're doing it as an act of love for the people that you're leaving behind. That's how I have to explain it to people. It's definitely an act of love. Paying a premium every year, every month for something that's going to be pay out after you leave here is definitely you thinking about how are you going to take care for the people that you may leave behind if you leave this world and whatnot. So what I try to get people to understand is make sure if you do consider life insurance, it's something that's in your budget. You don't have to spend thousands of dollars a month if that's not in your budget. There's so many options available for you. And trust me, there's something out there that will fit your budget. But what you don't want to happen, and we'll talk about budget in a second, but what you don't want to happen is wait until it's too late to get insurance because you are uninsurable. That is my biggest fear for most people. I was sharing with Lachelle, I ran into a friend on Sunday and found out that, and he even followed up with me because I've been harassing him to get life insurance for 7 years. And now he's on dialysis and he's uninsurable. And he said, "Oh, I just wish I would have got that policy when you told me about this 7 years ago, Yolanda, because now I can't even get qualified for a policy. And there's absolutely nothing we can do to help him at this point." So you get life insurance while you are insurable. The best option, in my opinion, is to get a term policy. And a lot of people don't even know the difference between a term policy, or you don't know the difference between a whole life policy.
What is it, Yolanda? What's the difference between term and whole life?
Very good question. The term policy is kind of like you are renting a policy for a period of time. So you can get a term for however many years you want, up to 30 years based on your age. So if you are below about 60 years old, you can get a term policy for 30 years. But the older you get, the less amount of time you are actually able to get a term policy. So what I advise people to do if money is a problem, you can get a 10-year term policy for $200,000. And based on your health, that may be $30 a month. But guess what? If you get a term policy, 10-year, $200,000 face value, 5 years into that policy, you can upgrade a part of that policy to a whole life policy. And what is the difference between that term and that whole life? The whole life accrues cash over time. And what I like about a whole life policy is you can use that as a living benefit. And this is the one thing that I'm educating a lot of people about in my agency. You know, people are living longer. Let's face it. They're living longer. So why not get a policy that you can use while you are living? You can take some money out of it. That's what you do with a whole life policy. You can use some of that money. And then whatever you don't use, your family will have that for your final expenses. So let's just say if you get a $200,000 whole life policy and it accrues a cash value over time of about $75,000. That $75 amount, you can pull that 75 out and you can agree, come up with a payment plan with the insurance company to pay it back. Or they will deduct that $75,000 from the $200,000 face value. And if something happens to you, your family will get $125,000. Right. So that is attractive to a lot of people who feel like, I want to put money into something, but I want to be able to use it. You know what I'm saying? Over time. So those are the things that are so great about those options. But again, always get something that's in your budget. And then another thing that we see quite often in the agency.
Wait, before you go to the next scenario, I want to address a couple of the questions, because one thing that people say, because I saw somebody said term was better, somebody said I have an IUL, somebody said they have a whole life. There are no bad policies, but you have to know what the policy does, and you have to find the one that's the best fit for you at that time. And guess what? Life changes, things happen. So whatever policy, if you got a policy 30 years ago when you got married, it's time to revisit that thing.
Exactly.
Right?
It is.
Can you touch on that, Yolanda, about, because they were talking about, and you hear people also say, buy term, invest the rest because it's cheaper. Well, guess what? A lot of people don't invest the rest, and term is exactly what it's called. It has a end time.
Correct.
So could you touch on that?
So the first thing that I heard, you mentioned, and I want to kind of just start at the top. When people, you want to do a review of what you have, because I meet with a lot of people. 99% of the people don't really know what they already have. They don't know it off the top of their head, that's for sure. They're like, well, I got to go back and look at my records, and that's okay, because we got a lot of stuff to keep up with. But you want to know what you actually have. And like Lachelle said, you definitely want to get a grasp. If you got term policies out there, you want to know when they expire, because that's very critical. Because the older you get, if that policy expires, it's going to be sky high to replace it. Okay. The second thing, then this is the number one issue we get. I'll get someone who says, I have insurance on my job. Well, keep in mind that if you were to get fired or quit, that policy does not go with you if you leave that company.
And if you retire, most of the time you don't get any insurance benefits, and now you're at the age 60 something trying to qualify for insurance.
Exactly. And then this happened to my coworker. She came into the office frantic one day because her mom, been working at this company forever, 35 years. And she had a term on her job. Well, she was about to turn 65, and they were about to boot her off of her term policy and told her if she wanted to keep it, she can convert it to a whole life, but it was going to cost her $1,200 a month when she was paying $3 or $4 a month through her employer. So her mom came to me all upset and worried, and we were trying to place her on a policy. But now she's 65 years old, based compared to when she started that policy when she was 30 years old. So now we're trying to place her into a policy, and it's costing her a lot more money that's within her budget. You know what I'm saying? So it's just so many things out there to just start thinking about. If I don't care if you are already 50 years old, it's not too late. If you're 50 years old or older, there are options out there for you. Just sit down with someone who's qualified in the area where you live, and make sure that you get something that fits your budget and your needs. If you are 60 years old and your kids are grown, you may not need $1 million policy. You may just need to get you a good final expense policy, or something that you can afford if you want to leave your grandkids something. Don't go above and beyond of what your needs are. Get what you need versus just getting all this excess coverage, and then when times get hard, you can't afford it. But what I am going to say that is very important with this COVID that is going on right now, the underwriters are behind the scenes as we speak, changing the guidelines to qualifying for policies and things of that nature. The insurance costs are going up for insurance policies because of COVID. You know what I'm saying? So you want to get coverage while you are insurable. You don't want to get out here in these streets and get COVID and something happens to your lungs, something happens to your respiratory system. You have to report that during the underwriting process, and now you're rated as a below standard person. You want to get this policy done, or these policies done, while you are healthy if possible. And if not, work with a professional who can guide you through the underwriting process, so again, you can get something that you can afford. We don't want to just be out here depending on GoFundMe accounts to bury people. It's just unnecessary when there are so many different things that you can do.
Yes. So someone asked, and there are a lot of questions in the chat. Someone asked, how often should you review your policies? Definitely every time you have a life change, get married, have a kid, get a divorce, anything like that, at least annually to every few years is what I would say. And so we have a whole lot of questions. We definitely can't touch on everything. So I think maybe if you guys find this helpful, then maybe we will set a time where we can actually maybe just do a 1 hour session, do a special on insurance. Today we wanted to just touch on it because we know beginning of the year, people all want to get their finances in order, right? So as you are preparing to do that, Joseph Newman, you are right. GoFundMe is not insurance.
No, it's not.
And Yolanda, this is what I tell my girlfriends. If your baby has on Jordans and you've got Yves Saint Laurent and Gucci and all that, and you don't have any insurance, come on now, it's a problem.
It's very common though, Lachelle. It's very common. People are afraid. And I understand that. It's okay to feel afraid to put this kind of money into something and you don't think you see. But let me give you some examples of some people who have been blown away about life insurance. And one that I was sharing with Lachelle earlier.
Yeah.
I have an Allstate agency, so I deal in property and casualty as well as life insurance. So a gentleman called the office to let me know that his wife had passed away. And so I opened up the system, the profile of the wife, and I'm, removing her from the auto, removing her from the home. And I just assumed he was calling about the life insurance policy that she had at the agency. And so I said to him, sir, what I can do is set up a time to come. I'm gonna go ahead and let underwriting know that your wife is deceased and whatnot, but I need to set up a time to come visit you to deliver the life insurance check. Well, he didn't even know that his wife had life insurance at the agency. She had done this behind the scenes. She got a little term life insurance at the time when she acquired it. She was obviously healthy. She was only paying $20 a month for $1 million term policy. And I told him on the phone, he said, I didn't even know she had a life insurance policy. I said, yes, sir. Oh my gosh, it's $1 million. And he just literally broke down into tears, boohoo crying, because he was trying to figure out, how am I going to take care of these two kids now that my wife is gone? Even though she didn't work, she was the household provider.
Yes.
Taking care of everything in the house. So I was able to deliver that $1 million check to his family. And then he was able to, pay off the home and do things for the kids and put them in school. And so that act of love that she had for her family, and she didn't even share it with them. She may have, it may have been in her records and whatnot, but it was such a blessing. And to see that unfold with my own eyes made me think, if something were to happen to me or someone I love, I want them to be able to go on and know that my contribution is there to help them live a good life.
That's really good information, Yolanda, because a lot of times, especially married couples, they insure the husband.
Mm-hmm.
Typically, if he's the higher breadwinner and the stay-at-home mom or wife, they don't even bother insuring. Mm-hmm. So that was great.
Let's answer some of these questions, Lachelle, if it's okay. I see a few questions on here. I'm gonna try to hit a few of them, and then we can set up another time just real quick. I think we answered the term versus whole life questions, and if we didn't, we can elaborate more on that. Someone wanted to know, can you borrow on a whole life policy? Yes, you can. You definitely can borrow on a whole life policy. What you want to be careful of is to make sure that the policy has been in effect long enough so you're not hit with surrender charges. Surrender charges, it basically means that if you don't keep a policy for a certain amount of time, the insurance company is going to charge you if you try to pull money out or if you try to cancel the policy. I've even had people to call the agency because they can't afford the policy anymore, a whole life policy, and they want to just cancel it. And I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. You've accrued money, so let's get this $30,000, $40,000 out of this whole life policy, and then you can cancel it if you want, or we can reduce the face value to get the payments wherever you need them to be and things of that nature. So there are ways that a lot of things you can do with a whole life policy.
And here, there was one question that says, what happens after your 10 years on your term policy? And depending on your policy, either one is just going to be over, or some policies give you the ability to convert it to something else, right? And I just want to throw out there, because some people may not know about a return of premium term policy, because some people feel like, well, I don't want to just throw my money away and then at the end I don't get anything. Well, there are term policies that at the end of that term, if you are still living, that premium comes back to you. Can you touch on that, Yolanda?
Oh yeah, that is amazing. I mean, as Lachelle mentioned, that's a rider that you can add to a term policy, and it is fabulous because it makes people feel so much better. You know, if I outlive this term policy, I don't want it to be a situation where I don't get anything back. And you definitely want to inquire about adding that rider to a term policy if that is something that will fit in your budget. Now that will make the rate go up just a little bit more, but it's definitely cheaper than a whole life policy. If you can't afford a whole life policy. That's a good point, Lachelle.
Yes. So, okay, guys, we have got to get out of here. And so I think, Yolanda, thank you so much for coming. I think this was beneficial. Are you willing? Y'all, let's put Yolanda on the spot. Are you willing to do a special, maybe evening session, and we could just do a Zoom? We don't even have to go live, and just do a Zoom where we can maybe touch on it a little bit more and be able to actually answer some more questions.
Absolutely. And let me see. I got one more question I want to answer because I think this is going to be something that a lot of people want to hear.
Okay.
Someone asked Miss Melanie, why do they look at your past medical or your medication to deny you? And that is a very good question. Okay. There is a system that the insurance underwriters pull from called the MBI Medical Bureau. And in that medical bureau, they can see any prescriptions you've ever been prescribed, especially in the last 5 years. Okay. Now, there are some medications that may be an indicator that there's something underlying that can happen to you in the future. And so what you got to understand when you're going through underwriting, there's actuarials that are pretty much putting together a life expectancy on you. They're putting a life expectancy formula based on your medicine versus based on your age, your family history is a whole little formula. And then they are saying this is a high risk person because they're on this medication. If we give them a policy for 20 years, we may be out of money because we don't think that they're going to live 20 years or 30 years or 40 years. Okay. So that may be a flat denial. Or they may say, you know what, we can take a risk on this person. If they improve their health, we think they'll live longer. So we're gonna give them insurance, but we're gonna charge them a little extra for insurance because they are high risk. So that's why they look at your medicine, because it's all a part of the formula to determine how much of a risk you are. Okay. But Lachelle, yes, I'm available. We can do another session. We can do it in the evenings. I can provide my email if you want to shoot me an email to ask a personal question, no matter what state you're in. If you're not in my state, I can pair you up with somebody who is. You could just shoot me an email to Yolanda Harris.
You're going to put it, you want to put it out there like that, or would you like to?
It's
all good. Okay.
I can answer the questions. I don't have no problems at all.
Okay.
I'm good. Yolanda Harris at allstate.com is my email. And if you got a question, definitely let me know what state you live in with the question. In case I'm unqualified to answer for your state, I can find the answer that's relevant to your state for you. Okay.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Now, I wasn't expecting that, but guys, we are here at Tava. We really are committed to your health and your wealth. And it's all about education. A lot of, the Bible says we perish for lack of knowledge. So one of the things that we want to do is to educate you, to help you to make better business and financial decisions. Thank you, Miss Yolanda. This was priceless. Thank you so much, guys. We are definitely bringing her back again. So we'll get that scheduled and let you know. Wait, I don't think that's right. Hold on. Somebody put in the chat, Yolanda Harris at allstate.com. Is that right?
Yep. That is
right. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Thank you. Mm-hmm. All right. And tell Kevin, he just had to come. He just wanted to be in the scene again.
I know. He just took his jacket off. He already had on those shorts.
We know that's how he does his show. All right, guys, we are getting out of here. Thank you so much. Share this with somebody in your family. Don't assume they know, and let them know that we are going to be back with more information. I believe those valet samples are in the back. Go ahead and get yours. If you are in the Houston area, feel free to come on by, get yours, and tune in Sunday night. Yolanda, you wearing a costume? Yes. And look, you know you got to order Kevin one. Don't let him do it himself.
I got you. I got you.
Okay.
I got you back. Thank you, ma'am. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you so much.
All righty. You too. Peace and blessings, everyone.
3. Want a slim waist, all it takes is tip top shape, all it takes is just a little taste, all it takes is no time to waste, all it takes is slim waist, all it takes is tip top shape, all it takes is money in the bank, all it takes is no time to waste, all it takes is I wake up to bout tea, I make mine by the leader. I drink life in a teacup. I like Valet 30 better than tequila. Yeah, Bessie, I sip at night. Got a little kick like tights. Look so good, better recognize me. It's a type of lifestyle, I'm icy. Still don't need chill on me. Flare pill, yeah, I'm still on it. Bessie a day and nightly. Got a little kick like Tai Chi. Slim waist, all it takes is tip top shape, all it takes is just a little taste, all it takes is no time to waste, all it takes is slim waist, all it takes is tip top shape, all it takes is money in the bank, all it takes is no time to waste, all it takes is 3.